Welcome back to our Deck Circle Podcast, part of Bat Fans Six Pack. I am your almost 33 host, Nick Z, over here on a beautiful spring day here in Boston. Jason, I'm seeing some sun peeking over your shoulder. I think we finally made it.
We have not yet. We were warm over last weekend, not to get too deep into weather, but we are back into like the barely 60 degrees.
I just got an early dismissal from work, 3 p.m.
Yes, so I'm in those same boats. But yeah, now the weather sucks still here. Supposed to be getting better. Speaking of sucks, Cubs are back to sucking. Have lost 5 in a row. Got swept by division rivals at home. Scored like 3 runs in 3 games. I mean, as much as you want to say the Brewers are, I think the manager came out and was like, "We aren't a good team. We don't have good players." And there's something that he played down his team about not being good is asinine. I don't know where he comes up with that. The Brewers are a very good team, especially that pitching staff.
Kyle Harrison, baby.
I know it pains Boston to see Kyle Harrison dominating. Yeah. Caleb Durbin struggling. That's what the Brewers do. They find these like middle of the rotation arms and turn them into aces. Jacob Mizorowski has like a 24-inning streak of scoreless inning streak. Brewers are good, man. And they've been good. There's a reason that they were in the NLCS with the Dodgers last year. I believe that game went to 6 or 7 games. Something like that. I can't remember.
Oh, all right. I see you.
You hit that? But no, I think it did go like 6 or 7 games. The Brewers are good. Cubs are struggling. I know Boston's struggling.
Yeah.
This is not our homer talk, but yeah, that's what I got so far.
Yeah. Well, just to get things going here, I will be at Fenway Park tonight to see my Boston Red Sox and Peyton Tolley on the bump against the Twins. So like realistically, we should get a win here. I want you to I'm gonna give you the weather. So the weather tonight is gonna be 53. All right. I want you to tell me what you would wear to a 53-degree Friday night Wrigley Field game. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Jason, what do we got?
That one's easy for me. It's gonna be hoodie with a jersey over the hoodie with easy, simple.
I don't know. What color hoodie would you wear?
What is this, like the fashion show? I don't know.
The fashion files here on the On Deck Circle.
It would be. I only pretty much wear like 3 colors. It's black,
navy, black, gray.
Navy, black, and gray. Yeah. Those are pretty much the only 3 colors I rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a simple one. The best thing about baseball jerseys is they're usually like bigger, and I can get them to go over.
They're mesh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll have my Pedro jersey on. It is one of the over the head ones. It's not a button, but yeah. So I'll be ready tonight at Fenway Park.
All right, well, let's get right into some of these panic or hold guys. Let's get right into it again. Let's talk about your guy and your Boston Red Sox you're going to see tonight. That's Jarren Duran.
Yeah, Duran's kind of one of those. I think the word would be enigma, especially here in Boston. He's a fan favorite, but when he does poorly, everyone hates him. And I'm kind of in the boat of I'm selling Jarren Duran, whether I am the real Red Sox, whether I am owning him in baseball, fantasy baseball, dynasty, or redraft alike. I'm just not seeing it here. This Red Sox offense is absolutely anemic, and it's not anything that we didn't see coming. But we're looking at a guy here that's 29 years old. He's batting under 200, an OBP under 270. slug of 360, just kind of like very, very, very bad. And I'm selling him wherever I can. I'm waiting for the Red Sox to trade him. I don't know if that's actually ever going to happen, but we'll see. There's really not even any like numbers to really cling on to other than bat speed. His bat speed is fine. His defense has actually been above what I ever expected from Jarren Duran. Unfortunately, that does not help us in a fantasy baseball sense. But even like the expecting batted average is 230, which again is higher than 195. But if Jarren Duran's hitting 230 and he's your leadoff hitter, you're in a lot of trouble. So this is definitely someone I'm panicking on. And you're looking at a profile where you're depending on stolen bases. He does have 10 this year, but like he's 29. He's gonna like those numbers are going to drop, and that's kind of his only calling card right now is stealing bases.
Yeah, they just nailed it on the head. The only thing you can really count on for him, and if you're counting on Jarren Duran for just stolen bases, I mean that's bad. I think in redraft you're talking about probably a top five round pick, and yeah, the approach at the plate has been really bad. As far as like the batting average goes, he's still, you know, when you look at like the walk rate and the strikeout rate, that's all pretty much right in line with his career norm. But yeah, I mean, you're talking about an OBP of 266, slugging only 362. He's got a WRC plus of 72, so he's like, you know, it's like 30% below average of an average baseball player. Yeah, I'd be selling if you can get. I mean, right now you're just gonna be selling low. It's crazy how much he's fallen off, and we even saw a little bit of regression last year compared to 2024.
He's only had one good year, Jason. And
Yeah,
that's what pisses me off because like everybody just points at that, and I don't care. Like you had a good year, amazing, love that for you, but like you're not an everyday outfielder, unfortunately, because you're bringing nothing to the table.
Yeah, like I said, and even only thing you're getting is steal. I mean, I guess the offense, the Boston offense isn't bad. I mean, it's bad, but like from a slugging perspective, he just falls in line with the same archetype that this team has, right? And then even now he's underperforming that archetype of getting on base and stealing bases and generating runs. He's just not doing it. Neither is that offense, which would explain their record and their struggles as a team. But yeah, I mean, the only good thing about him right now is, like you said, I think he's more in the line. You're gonna have to start like platoon. I don't know if they do already. I haven't really watched much Boston lately, but do they platoon him? Because if not, they need to start platooning him. And if they do, and they already are, he's on the strong side of the platoon. So I think I'm in Dynasty and more like in deeper Dynasties. I'm holding because you're not gonna be able to sell right now. He's just a super sell low. You got to hold and hope that some sort of rebound happens, and then try to grab something up, you know, as a trade target. But yeah, this is borderline full on panic and definitely like on the line of panic hold.
Yeah, I do agree. It is kind of one of those cases where it's like, well, like, what are you going to get?
Right.
So like in a league that we share, actually, I traded for him on April 23rd.
Yep.
I traded Cooper Pratt, former person that was mentioned on the show before, and Sal Frelick for Duran, Kellen Lindsay, and Craig Yoho. And we got a message from our very good friend Bob that said, great buy low on Duran. And I could have waited another month and got
and even lower,
probably paid less. But I will say the past week he's been playing very well.
Yeah,
so I'm hoping mostly as a Red Sox fan, just like that he picks things up because like the offense goes as he goes. And I like to thank our owner, Mr. John Henry, who they asked him, why didn't you trade an outfielder? Because we have a surplus of outfielders. And he said, it'll figure itself out. Unfortunately, that figuring itself out was Roman Anthony getting hurt.
Yeah, that did.
So currently he should be in place for everyday at bats, but he should not be. So yeah, that's where I'm at with Duran.
Yeah, you know, I was trying to look. I thought maybe it was like a, you know, home away type thing with like maybe struggling with the cold weather. But he's actually performing.
No, he sucks everywhere.
Yeah, he's performing worse on the road actually. So It's not even like, oh, we're playing in the Northeast and it's been cold. But yeah, it's dire times for Jarren Duran and the Boston Red Sox. That's for sure. Jump over here to the next guy. This one I want to talk about is Taylor Ward. And the reason I want to bring him up is just because of what more so panic / hold because of what he's kind of more become this year. And that's just not what we're normally seeing from Ward. He's becoming more of like an on-base guy and not that super ultra power. Coming off a season where he hit 36 bombs and 25 the year before that. And right now he only has 2 home runs. So yeah, instead of that typical power heavy profile that we're normally seeing from him, he's getting more to be like an elite on base hitter with a really nice plate discipline, which I guess is good for real baseball. And I guess if you're in like a high, maybe like a batting average league or for ratio purposes, but when you draft Taylor Ward and you keep Taylor Ward, you expect those power numbers. But again, right now he's just kind of like the on base guys. He's already got 44 walks. He's on pace for. And just that's 44 walks in 50 games. So he's on pace for about 150 walks over a full season. The approach to the plate's completely changed. Lower chase rate, more contact. Let's see, more patient. The walk rate's up. Strikeout rate is still kind of in that same range of what he's getting. It's like right around 20%. But the ISO's down significantly. It's only at 120. So again, that's more in line with what I'm talking about. There's not a lot of power coming out of Taylor Ward. But with all those power dips, he's still got a WRC plus of 136, which would be a career high for him right now. But yeah, at the moment, he's performing more like an OBP guy than more that power hitter we've kind of seen from Ward, which is why I'm asking, are we panicking or holding on Taylor Ward, or is it more like, hey, this is what you're going to get from him going forward? It's just really weird. He leaves LA and leaves the power behind, so I'm not sure, what to make of Taylor Ward here.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he's producing at some point, I am. Are we going to talk about that guy we talked about pre-show when you said, have we talked about them before?
Yeah.
Okay. So his profile, spoiler alert, we're going to talk about Stephen Kwan later, is basically playing up to what we anticipated Stephen Kwan to be, which is the high OBP and low power guy. But honestly, I'm taking this from Ward because the power will come and the average probably isn't going to go anywhere. He's still going to be able to get on base. The Orioles are interesting in general. Just like that team seems weird to me. If you were to say, Nick, is that team good? I'd say I have no idea. So yeah, I'm definitely in on Ward. He's someone I'd definitely be targeting just because I feel like some owners might be kind of feeling like, where's this power? I was depending on him for power. But he's still going to contribute in other ways. The 14 RBIs is a bit tough. But I think that's kind of just more of like the lineup because he is hitting the ball well. So definitely someone I'm interested in buying if he's somehow available in any league.
Yeah, he's got only 14 RBIs, but he got 30 runs scored. He's definitely, like I said, profiling more into that top of the order guy that's going to get on base and come around and score than he is to hit the 36 home runs and drive in 100 runs like he did last year, which is why I'm like, man, it's weird when you get a quick shift like that. And I know it's only been a month and a half, right? We always keep saying it's early, but we're now at Memorial Day weekend, and we're seeing a totally, completely different profile from Taylor Ward. Now, I'm wondering if that's something to do with the move to Baltimore. I wonder if they, profiled him more to be like, this is what we want you to do, versus bat in the 5 or 6 hole and hit a bunch of bombs and get drive-in runs. So I'm definitely holding. There's no need to panic. I like the switch. Like you said, I think I'd rather see him with the high OBP, and the power will eventually come. Whereas before, he's batting like 220 and hitting 30 bombs. So, yeah.
Like if
he can interesting to
maintain this OBP of like, what's he at?
415.
415 and 20, 25 home runs. Like that's elite.
Right.
Definitely someone that I'd want on my team.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, there's always two different, look at OPS, right, on base plus slugging. There's always 2 ways to get to 800 or 900. A lot of times guys get there by their OPS is elevated by the slugging. Very few guys elevate their OPS by OBP, and Taylor Ward's doing that now. He's got almost an 800 OPS, with half of that being over half of it being from on base versus the slug, which is definitely what we're not used to seeing from Taylor Ward. But yeah, thought it'd be interesting to talk about. He's very intriguing to me. Let's get into the next guy. It's also very intriguing and a preseason darling, Eury Perez from the Marlins.
Yeah, preseason darling indeed. This is a guy we're talking about here that I was enamored. I've been enamored with for how many years he's even been a thing. And I think the way I'm going to look at this is he is 20, just turned 23. And we need to look at these pitchers that are, yes, he is only 23. He's still getting over some surgeries. Like he's still a prospect, even though he has graduated, if that makes sense. I'm still buying Eury Perez. I'm definitely trying to buy low if I can. Unfortunately, did I trade Cam Schlittler and Jazz Chisholm for Eury Perez and Mikael Garcia? I did. Was it because I was really depending on Eury Perez to be awesome this season? It was. But I still think it's there. It's definitely been like a bit disappointing start. He has an ERA over 5. The whip is tough in the 20-25% strikeout rate. Now, this is a advanced stat that I just found today or yesterday. Stuff Plus. So his Stuff Plus is third in the MLB with 116. So it's Christopher Sanchez, it's Jacob Mizorowski, and then it's Eury Perez. So I'm kind of just betting on the stuff here. His Sierra, what does Sierra mean, Jason? Can't hear you. Oh, nope. We got some technical difficulties. Can't hear a word you're saying.
Got me?
There you go.
There we go. Sorry.
Sierra, what is it?
Sierra, I don't know exactly what it stands for, but it's in the same vein as FIP, where it focuses more on what the pitcher can control. So taking away fielding and higher weight on home runs. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So Stuff Plus comes from the mind, I believe, of Eno Saris. Very, very well touted. It takes more into account what the pitchers are capable of versus what the stats say he's doing. You know what I mean? Like you look at the ability to throw strikes, limit walks, things like that. So Stuff Plus has been a rising advanced stat that's been going around, and I really like it too.
Okay, so his Sierra is 4.23, which indicates that he's slightly unlucky.
Yes.
So
He's
monitor
pitching better than
Eury,
the stats
but
say.
he's still only 23. And like the Marlins team is fun to me. It's kind of a weird one, but it's definitely a team I like to monitor. So yeah, where are you at on Perez?
Yeah, this one's frustrating because again, like you said, he's still young, unproven arm in a sense. And we know, like, again, according to this Stuff Plus, he has the ability to be good. It's just not translating at the MLB level right now. The strikeout rate is still very good. He's at 25% strikeout rate. The walks are a little bit of concern. Right now, he's only at a 13% K- walk rate, which obviously is not great. And then not only that, but when the guys are getting on base, he's not straining them. They're coming around to score when the guys do get on base. So he's walking guys, and then those guys are coming around to score. Yeah. Eury Perez is a guy that I really want to believe in. Him and, obviously my Cubs traded Edward Cabrera. At the time when they made the deal, I was like, man, I wish they would have gone for Eury Perez. Now I'm like, we may have been looking at the same pitcher almost. The only difference is that Perez is younger and is a little bit less unproven. But yeah, not ideal what we've seen so far here, start the season for Perez. Not a full-on panic because, again, like you said, he's only 22, 23. 23. So I'm not panicking on him. I'm definitely holding him, and might even be a buy low opportunity.
Yeah, it definitely could be. Not at the price that I paid, especially at the price of Cam Schlittler at that
I'll say,
time.
especially with the way Schlittler's pitching is basically like, It's only been a month and a half, but he's like the front runner for the Cy Young right now.
Yeah.
Things could change, but Stiller's looked awesome. Perez, not so much. Hey, what we've been saying all last 2 months, still early.
Monday is the last day. So Tatis
Yeah.
needs to hit a home run soon.
Yeah, we're still on Tatis home run watch, correct? There's no home
Mm-hmm.
runs been hit as far as I can remember. We are still waiting for a Tatis home run. All right, pre mentioned before. Talking about the next guy here, Stephen Kwan. Now I know similar to Taylor Ward, we talked about he was a power hitter. Now he's not. Same with Stephen Kwan. He's never been a power hitter. But that does, that's not what you draft Stephen Kwan for. You look for that high OBP. He's in the years past always had the really good line drive rates, exceptional bat to ball skills, high quality contact. We'll say from Stephen Kwan. So far right now in 2026, those have been the exact opposite what we've been looking for in the years past. The hard hit rate has dropped to right around 10%. His average velo is dropped to 82 miles per hour, which is actually really shocking because he's always been historically bad at average exit velo. He's always ranked, this year right now he ranks in the the bottom 1% of the league. He's always historically been in the bottom 5 to 10% of the league in average exit velo. But yeah, the line drive rate has dropped 6%. It's now sits at only 22%, which is not what you want from your leadoff man. The lack of line drives resulted in more, weak fly balls, soft ground balls. Now, all of those with the quality contact concerns, he still has a very nice high walk rate and a low chase rate. So he's not, he's still the approach to the plate is still there. He's just not making good contact. He's still walking more than he's striking out. But again, when he gets on base, he's not stealing. But that's one of the things too is what we liked on Kwan. High OBP, high stolen bases, 20 plus every year in the last couple of years. Right now he's only got 2 stolen bases. He had 20 plus last year. Unfortunately, right now, I think after about a month and a half, almost 2 months of the season, he's looking more like that 2025 player, which we saw a little dip in, similar with Duran. Right now, 2025, he had a 99 WRC plus. 2023, he had the WRC plus of 131. So I think we are more seeing the trend continue from last year. And, right now, he's pretty much just a glove first outfielder that gets on base, which is kind of
sometimes.
Sometimes. We're not getting that high batting average, top of the line offensive player that's going to get on base and steal bases. I know we've contemplated talking, what are we panicking or holding on Kwan? I think we kind of chalked it up to being early. It's no longer early. It's full on panic for me for Kwan. I don't own him in many places, but if you do, it may be time to panic. And I'm not sure you could sell him for much at the moment, similar to Duran. If you're selling him now, you're selling low.
Yeah.
It may be worth selling low at this point.
Yeah. This could be someone that just could be on the waiver wire in like a 12-team league just because his calling card is gone. It's not like Ward who kind of just like switched his calling card for the first month and a half. This is just kind of like a net negative player on your team unless you're counting defense. So yeah, definitely someone panicking on. A few weeks ago, I traded him in a league, and then in that same league, he got traded again for Travis Bazzana. It was weird. So definitely, he's kind of not polarizing, but like he's not. I think beauty is within the eye of the beholder with him. Because like you would think contacts will come, but he has till Monday to figure it out.
Yeah, that deadline of Memorial Day is creeping up quickly in a lot of these guys of it being early. The Kwan and Enigma is one of that he's not doing what he's doing and he's struggling all around. And I think I would be shocked to look at his roster percentage in 12 leagues because right now, even in an OBP league, I mean, you can't really hold in an OBP league for sure. You're not looking for guys that all they contribute is OBP. Almost all your hitters are going to get a bump in OBP league just because they draw walks too. So a guy that's only going to contribute in OBP and not even steals anymore, he definitely probably is on a lot of waiver wires in 12-team leagues. And if they are, if he's rostered in 12 team leagues, it's probably because it's a deeper league with a deep bench and people are just holding out to see if he can turn it around. But those days may be long gone for Stephen Kwan. All right, let's jump over to some deeper league targets here. Talk about your guy here first, Jose Tena.
Jose Tena for the Nats. This is just kind of someone that came across my desk. In the last 100 swings, he has the third most hard hit balls with 25. It's Bobby Witt, it's Corbin Carroll, it's Jose Tena. Just kind of like a interesting utility guy that you could throw in your lineups. Shortstop, third base. His average exit velo is 93.2. He's hitting the ball hard. Is only hitting 245, but he's got three homers and 94 at bats. Just kind of an interesting profile and play. This Nats team, again, much like the Marlins, it's kind of like a fun up and coming offense.
Yeah.
You've got so I don't know if you saw this photo. It was James Wood.
Yes.
Behind Jose Tena.
Yes.
It was just like a depth thing, but
it still
James
looks
Wood
funny.
has like a foot on him.
Yeah. It looked extremely funny.
It was very funny. So yeah, Tena, he's not going to be a league winning type, but he's only 25, so I think we could see his role expand, especially if he continues to hit the ball hard, because if you can hit the ball hard, it will eventually find holes.
Yeah, that was a good one. He's battling the ball up an insane amount. Like, the quality of contact is great right now for Tena. So that's why a lot of these hits, the slug and the stuff like that is a little bit low. But I think some of those hits are hard hit balls are going to start finding holes. And yeah, again, like I said, he is like a utility fill-in off day kind of guy. We talked about the Nationals and the Marlins lineups. The Nationals were at one point about a month into the season were like one of the highest run scoring offenses in the league, and they've still kind of kept that same pace. Obviously dipped a little bit, but they're still scoring runs and getting on base at a high rate. So if you can get a piece of that offense, again, not a juggernaut like the Dodgers, but definitely worth throwing around, getting him seems on your waiver wire and seeing if he's available, because he's at the major league level and he's contributing. So definitely worth a target in your deep league. All right, let's go talk about a prospect here, a catching prospect, which are never as sexy, but Alfredo Duno of the Reds. Not as deep as a target as I would like to normally talk about, but I feel like it's worth mentioning because he's been, especially in dynasty leagues, catching leagues, two catching leagues. It's always hard to find a solid catcher. Duno's still, at a low level. He's only 20 years old, so he's still only at high A. But I think the overall outlook on Duno is that he's going to be a slower progressing prospect. He's been in most of his time been at single A. Last year, had a really nice showing at single A as a 19-year-old, /287, 430 OBP, 543 slug. He had 18 home runs and 81 RBIs with a very solid 163 WRC plus at single A. He's got a really nice solid upside. Defensive ability should remain behind the plate. Again, he most likely won't move fast in systems, so I wouldn't be out there looking to grab him, in any sort of redraft league. Dynasty for sure. He should definitely be on every roster. If he's available in any of your leagues, you should definitely grab him in dynasty leagues, especially in two catcher leagues. I highly doubt it's available in any two catcher leagues, but right now he's a second ranked catcher prospect, the Reds' number one prospect according to MLB Pipeline. He just had a game-winning home run this week. Yep. So the power's legit. I think, again, like the Reds will probably take him slow. He's only 20 years old, but I like the outlook on him for sure. I think I don't like to comp players, but he could definitely be a very, very solid. Probably I would think his peak would be a top 5 catcher in the league.
I mean, any offensive first catcher is going to be a huge asset in fantasy just because of those. Like, think of like Salvi Perez. I mean, granted, now it's not great, but
right.
If you drafted him 15 years ago,
yeah, And that
You
was
could
my
still
initial
be.
comp. That was my initial comp, but I'm like, I don't want to comp him to Salvador Perez because he's still so young. But yeah, agreed.
Yeah, even like both the Contrerases, like these, because like they can transition to first base. So like the longevity is great. They can transition to DH. Definitely a great pick with Duno. I like to say Duno. It's definitely
I
not,
know.
but
I don't know how to, these.
you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know Alfredo.
Oh, all right,
But
Jason.
real quick before we get out of here, I wanted to bring up one quick topic.
Me
Not a
too.
topic, but like a fun stat. Mason Miller, first loss in over a year, I
Bum.
believe. And I think he came in. I was watching the game. Was the game tied when he came in, or
I think it
were they
was.
up? It was tied, correct? I
I think it
can't.
was
Don't
tied.
quote me if it was tied. He may have been up a run, but anyways, he got the loss. His first loss in over a year, I believe. I know everyone was touting him as like a Cy Young potential closer and
That
reliever, but
always happens,
that
man.
always happens. It's not going to happen. I mean, the days of a closer or a relief pitcher winning the Cy Young, I think, are long gone. You'd have to be like 50 innings plus of like scoreless shutout baseball, I think, to be considered a closer for Cy Young. Um, don't think that's going to happen again. Obviously, first loss. Just a quick note to bring up. I think it's something noteworthy to talk about. But yeah, I know
Yeah.
we discussed Mason Miller in the past on the show. I think when we did our
Maybe I
five.
was right. Maybe you should have panicked.
Yeah,
Um,
I think he'll be fine. But yeah, it was just
yeah,
noteworthy
he
that he's
should be
first.
good. Jason, I have so before I even talk about this, I'm just gonna say this is not about baseball. So if you are here for strictly baseball talk, you can just we'll see y'all
We're
later.
we're 32 minutes in of
We're
baseball. I think.
32 minutes in. You dealt with my fashion questions.
Yeah.
This is a music question, Jason.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. We I asked you about this.
We gotta talk. We gotta rap about it.
Yep.
Iceman came out by your beloved Drake
My beloved Drake. Yep.
with two other albums. Did
Yep.
First question, did you listen to the other two albums?
Of course.
Are they good? Don't
I
lie,
think there's
Jason.
like I think there's a tiered system. Like one is meh, two is decent, and then Iceman's legit. There's some
Okay.
bangers on
Maid of
Made of
Honor and
yeah. The
Habib.
Habidi I don't really think I like too much. It's very slow and like very
Melodic.
yeah, almost like R&B esque. Just very slow
It's
talking
love
rap.
making music, Jason.
Absolutely. That's why I like Drake is his range of songs. You can have some lovemaking, Marvin's Room type, get in your feels. You got some bangers. But yeah,
All right.
the
Next.
more I listen to it, the more I love Iceman.
Okay.
Maid of Honor, it's got some decent songs on it, and then Habiti's just I think there's like one song on it that I like. That's
All right.
like Road
Top
Trip, I think.
three on Iceman. Go.
Oh man. Little Birdie, I really like. Too Hard for Radio, which is obviously a slap diss at Kendrick Lamar, banger. He even switches up the beat like halfway through and goes into like a West Coast.
Okay, that's one thing. Switches up the beat too much.
That happens a lot in a lot of songs. Like it starts as one beat and then the middle of the song will just
Yes.
switch, and you don't even know. I don't know if you follow. You probably don't because like you're not a huge Drake fan. But like
Yeah.
leading up to Iceman, there were these release videos of like
Yeah.
on YouTube where it was just like a lot of times it was just like releasing small snippets of songs.
Yep.
And so there was no breaks in a song on the YouTube video. So like you didn't know which song was which. And at the time, you're like, oh, these are two separate songs.
It's
Then
all
it
one
comes
song.
out
Yeah.
and it's just one song. And then
So
I
one
also
more.
liked National Treasure, which is obviously
Wow. Okay.
those are like the three most popular ones, I think.
Mine are Drake knows how to make an intro, so I like Make Them Cry.
I like that one too.
I like Whisper My Name.
Okay.
I'll listen to Shebang like 4 times a day just because I like Migos is not Quavo's ad libs in the back. She's like, he bang.
Yeah.
What's funny is yours are all on the second half of
Yeah.
the album.
Yep.
Mine are all on the front. And if I'm being honest, I don't know if I've listened past National Treasures. And I liked National Treasures too, but it's 18 songs, man. I'm not.
Dude, my two favorite are Too Hard for the Radio and Little Birdie. Little Birdie I like a lot. I just like that beat. It's like da-na-na-na.
Okay.
Check it out. It's like kind of slow, but then like the chorus is pretty solid.
Yeah. So what are you benching now? Your
I've been
IG
trying to. I know. I was trying to get back in the gym.
Yeah.
Life's really hectic right now. So trying to get back in the gym. It took I was gone for like 2 years, and I paid for every month of that membership. And I'm like,
Brutal.
I gotta start going, man. It was like 2 years of like a $15 a month export membership. Trying to get back in the gym. The hardest part is getting consistent. Like fluctuate between like 1 to 3 days a week, which is obviously not ideal, but life is hectic right now, and I feel like getting in at any point.
My summer body is almost there. Yeah, I'm gonna hop on the Peloton after this. I need to take my pre-workout to really get buzzing.
Yeah, love that. Do you
creatine?
I love this is going into workout trends, but do you do the actual classes with like the people?
Yeah.
Like the live classes?
They're not. I don't do the live one, but like they are live, but then they get archived.
Right, but I'm saying like you don't jump in on like the live ones where people are like monitoring your leaderboard and stuff.
No,
I've seen those like
it still
TikToks.
happens.
Okay.
I can't win though, and that pisses me off. Because I'm like busting my ass, like sweating, dripping sweat.
Yeah.
And like I'm in like 400th place. And I'm like, this ain't right, man.
Yeah.
I'm 6'3", 200 pounds. Like I'm in decent shape. And it just destroys me. And I'm like, what are you doing? I gotta be winning. But nah.
I always find those funny, those TikToks where they show like people having like really funny names like Mike Hunt and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But like the best thing about those
one with the woman being like, get them out of here.
Yeah, get them out of here. We don't do that stuff. The funny thing about all that is they make those funny names and then they purposely have to try to they are out there busting their ass just so they can get that name read. So not only are they trying to be funny and snark by making those names, then they have to go on the actual Peloton live class and kill it. Put in 120% effort to try to get to the top so their name gets read.
It's hard, man.
Hilarious.
I can't do it. I don't know how people do it. I've talked to my sister about it because she's a big pelt, but she was like, yeah, I don't either. And I'm like, I'll put the resistance up to 90. Yeah. And I can barely pedal. And I'm like, come on, get me up there. Nothing. I think I just need to join a class that has no one in it. Maybe just like a lame one. But I just do one specific instructor and then that's it.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. That was talking music, fitness, baseball, all under 40 minutes. Man, love it. Can't beat it.
Yep. Have a happy Memorial Day weekend. We will be back next week.
Peace.